Check.
Yep.
You tell me when.
No, we're good. We're recording. Go ahead.
What's up? Soup Sandwich. SEC in review, right?
Yep.
We don't even know what we're calling this thing right now.
I don't know, really. I think that having a good name for it would help. Because there's a bunch of people that suck at this that have a just tremendous following.
You think? Yeah. We
Snazzy
need a
little-
name. Let's whoever's got a good name out there, tell us, and we'll take it under advisement. We'll take it to our lawyers.
Yep. We'll trademark
Trademark it. Yeah, we'll
Spend
give
a
you
ton of money to make sure it's ours.
We'll give you $1. I think the guy that did the Nike swoop, the designer, like made $100 off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he got ripped off. All right, let's do it. So last week, me and Bailey won every bet that we did, or we lost every bet that we did, whatever way you want to look at it. So the first one was Tennessee, UT Martin. Those lines weren't even available when we did this last Tuesday. It ended up being 33, I think, or 39 or something like that, and Tennessee did cover. They put on a lot.
Scored
And
65, yeah.
And they scored 50 something in the first half, and Hendon Hooker didn't even play the second half at all.
Yep.
In fact, he didn't play, the backup quarterback played the last little bit in the first half too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that would have we're gonna take that one for a win for both of us because we'd have picked Tennessee, right?
That offense is, I would have. That offense is potent.
So next one we have LSU by 1.5. I chose this one. I chose Ole Miss. Of course, I got destroyed. It started out good. I mean, they went up 17-3
17-3. And then
real
got
fast.
outscored 42-3 for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was bad after that. They had some injuries. Quarterback got banged up a little bit. I look at them a lot like a lot of other people in the SEC, besides Georgia and Alabama, is that depth it takes over. And they didn't have anybody to replace those guys when they got hurt. So they're going to have a rough second half of their schedule. I mean, Ole Miss has Alabama left. They have Mississippi State left. They're gonna it's gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
They got the hardest part. So I lost that one. You won that one. The next one, Bailey picked Missouri to cover by 13.5 against Vanderbilt. That game I think was 17-14.
Yep, Missouri by 3.
Yep. And so you lost that one. I won that one. The next one is Alabama, Mississippi State, 20.5. Alabama won 30-3 or something like that.
Yeah, 30-6.
30-6. So that was that was not too far away, but I lost that one. You won that one. Next one, you picked Texas A&M by 3.5 at South Carolina. Oh my God. South Carolina won again.
Mm-hmm.
They're on a little bit of a roll.
Yeah, they are. They're playing much better football. Honestly, I haven't seen I remember South Carolina had a season in like 2014 where they came out as preseason ranked like number 7, and they were a solid team. And then we ended up beating the brakes off of them. Georgia.
This is Clowney's year.
Yep.
That's how long ago that was.
And that is the last like solid football team I've seen. I feel like South Carolina's put on the field.
Spurrier was there then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. If you watch South Carolina right now, they're playing decent football. They really
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
They move the
Well,
football
we got them
well.
left too.
They run well.
So
All right, who's the biggest loser?
that ding ding was Jay. You're in the toilet in fantasy football right now. I won 3 straight, and now I've lost 4 straight.
Damn.
Yeah, so 3 and 4. We'll see. All right, so let's go over the tags in this. It's the biggest loser.
100% Ole Miss.
I have to agree with you.
Undefeated
But
Ole
it's
Miss.
but it's close. Texas A&M is a close second because man, every time they lose to somebody like that, and they've lost a few of them this year like that, every time they spent millions of dollars for these players.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
almost every time you can say they're the biggest loser.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
So-
they're super underwhelming.
So it just play devil's advocate. I'm going to say them, and the reason I am is because Ole Miss is they're going to end up with 3 or 4 losses.
Yeah.
They played a very soft first half of their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is biggest winner. In this case, I've got to say South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. Alabama came back after the loss, but I can never call them the biggest winner. So South Carolina, yeah, they're rolling. They're rolling.
I could agree with that. I would throw Alabama in there as well because, I mean, honestly, Mississippi State beat them last year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's a big game with a lot of emotions there too. So
Bad beat.
I don't think there was any bad beats really this week.
Well, I mean, I would have to
kept it
say
around that
bad beat is Ole Miss from the injuries
Yeah,
because they could have
that's true.
hung in there a little bit more with the injuries.
Mhm.
So if I was to give anybody the bad beat on that, I think it's Ole Miss and the injuries.
Yep.
Because when you're a program like that, I told you this the other day, like for, Tennessee's really been awful for, a decade. Last year was the first year, a glimpse of hope. And we would play Alabama, Florida, Georgia. We would play them really, really good in the first half, and then just the third quarter would go away, and then the fourth quarter it'd just be a spread. And that's just all about depth.
Right.
That's all about how many people you got on your bench and rest and
Yeah.
Anyways.
I agree.
What line?
Yeah, that so what was the Mississippi State what was Ole Miss line?
Ole Miss line was LSU was favored by a point and a half.
Okay, and they blew them out by 25. I'll
Yeah.
take them.
That's the line.
Yep, no expectations for LSU going into that game,
Mm-mm.
and they did their job. 'Cause
Yeah.
honestly, that game's a big
I'd
question mark.
have to say though, because we didn't have this down. Tennessee, that line was just to hit that line is always pretty.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
I mean, you're scoring a basketball score, damn near. You know.
Yeah, they ended up scoring 24 on us.
Yep. Yeah, but that was trash points.
Yeah, well, it was second stringers and third stringers.
It was 51
for
to
sure.
3 at
We had
halftime,
we had
right?
four quarterbacks play.
It was 51 to 3 at halftime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 53 maybe. We had four quarterbacks play.
Mhm.
You know it's a blowout when you have four quarterbacks play.
Yeah.
Oh, Navy Schuler didn't get in though. my childhood hero in college football was Heath Schuler's dad, and he was a beast.
Yeah, he was.
of a college football player. I mean, he's second in Heisman running. Lost to Charlie Ward that year, which Charlie Ward, I don't know if y'all know him. He's a Florida State guy. Ended up playing for the Knicks. That's how badass of an athlete he was. Played for the Knicks for like, I don't know, maybe 7 years,
After
a long
winning
time.
a Heisman.
Yeah. Didn't go to play football and played
It's fucking nuts.
played like Kyler Murray. I'm not going to play baseball, even though I got drafted. I'm going to play football.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an ability right there.
Yeah,
By the way, did you see Justin Fields last night?
I did. Yeah,
That dude was
that guy does
balling.
not want the ball to be in anybody else's hands.
He can't
but
right
him,
now. He
and
can't right now.
And I love
You
it.
can't blame him.
I fucking
Chris
love
hates
it.
him. I'm like, why does all Georgia fans hate him? It's you over recruited. He had to leave, man.
I love it, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, I like him because he's local. His high school is like 5 miles from where we're doing this at.
Yep.
So it's so close. And Trevor Lawrence is 7 miles, 6 miles from where we're doing this at right now. Those two dudes were, very close.
Yeah.
1 and 2 quarterbacks in the country at the time. So
Justin Fields didn't get a fair shot with us, so I don't know why everybody holds it against him. He did not get a fair shot with Georgia. I mean, we put him in the Alabama game where we're getting romped in like a fucking weird ass pistol formation. Like dude didn't get a fair shake.
no, he needed to go, and he went to the national championship, didn't he? With
with
Ohio State,
Mm-hmm.
like the next year.
Yeah, the next year.
All right, so that was last week. So it's a tie between me and you on that one. We'll have to count them up at the end of the year.
A push it is.
Push. This week, let me tell you who can't lose. You ready? Alabama Crimson Tide cannot lose.
No.
LSU Tigers, they cannot lose.
Nope.
Mississippi State Bulldogs cannot lose. Leach he's going to be pirating somewhere this weekend. Arr, matey.
Oh, there's some good buys.
And then the Vanderbilt Commodores.
So is Alabama LSU next week in Death Valley at 8:00?
Is that what it is?
I
Yeah,
think it is.
probably.
Week 10, yeah.
Probably. Yep. So this week we got Arkansas Razorbacks and Auburn Tigers.
Yep.
Dude, Auburn Tigers have been struggling. Now, I heard yesterday Lane Kiffin is thinking about going there.
To Auburn.
Yep, that's been on the rumor table. Another thing that's been going on the rumor table is Lane Kiffin the week before last took a private jet from Oxford to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Not the Ole Miss jet.
Not the Ole Miss jet.
Private one.
Private one. That's what Kyle said. Kyle said, you don't know, he might have been going up there to recruit somebody in Porter or something. I'm like, then he would have taken the Ole Miss jet.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
I
not
mean, if
wasting
you're
my
going up
money.
there on Ole Miss business, you fly your Ole Miss colors.
That's right.
I have a feeling that guy was in a golf polo. With
Yeah.
no affiliation when he
No.
took it. Whatever meeting he had up there was.
Well, Lincoln's looking for the Cornhuskers are looking for things. I saw in the video that I saw somebody goes, the reason that Lane Kiffin wants to leave to go to Nebraska is because they can't sell out games in Oxford. And one person from Ole Miss said, "Listen up, corn boy.
Yeah.
We've sold." He called him corn boy. He goes, "We've sold out 2 of the last games," which that's sad that you have to say that.
Yeah.
Especially being 6-0.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're like the 13th ranked team in the country last week.
Well, at that point
Nobody
too.
was there.
At that point, you were first place in the West.
Yeah.
Bye
That's true.
on that one.
Yep.
All right, so we got Arkansas Razorbacks and the Auburn Tigers, and it's at Auburn, and Arkansas is giving 3.5.
Yeah. You call it.
Heads.
All right.
Let me see if this thing is.
Flip a coin. It's tails.
When I say heads.
Yep.
Wait one second. Let me see where this thing is first, because I thought that it was at
where the game is?
yeah.
Yeah, it's in Auburn.
Okay.
It's in Auburn.
All
Yeah,
right.
I got them right here. It's in
So
Auburn.
yeah, so that's they're minus 3.5 in their own stadium.
I hate that. I'll take the points at home. I'll take Auburn.
You'll take Auburn. That's
God damn, I hate it.
I can't believe
That's
you're
on there.
doing that. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
All right, we got that big B right there.
Interesting game.
Florida Gators and Georgia Bulldogs
Mm.
minus 21. I've been bad at this, especially with the Georgia Bulldogs. I've been not taking the points. I've been thinking that Georgia's not going to cover on a lot of these. And this is all about the Florida quarterback who's going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to take Florida with a minus 21.5. It's a big rivalry, man.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to.
You want to put a disclaimer on it?
What's that?
If
If
the
dude
Florida
sucks,
quarterback throws for 200 yards, then I would take Florida.
nah. I mean, on the 21.5, yeah, if he throws for over 200 yards, I very doubt they're gonna do that. They're gonna hit that 21.5 over. No, I'm just gonna bet it.
All right. Straight bet.
Yeah, I can't do a disclaimer on you.
Okay.
I just should pick the Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay. Georgia it is.
The Kentucky Wildcats are at Knoxville for University of Tennessee, and Tennessee is minus 12.5.
I'm taking Tennessee.
You're gonna go. They're gonna cover, huh?
I just don't think Kentucky's going to score more than 10 points.
They got the quarterback back though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They could score in the 20s, but I mean, fucking Tennessee's going to score in the 50s, you know?
I think so. LSU, bye. We got Missouri at South Carolina, and South Carolina is minus 4.5. And this is me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be on the cock train.
I love it.
The cock train.
I love it.
And I'm gonna go with South Carolina's gonna cover that.
That is also what I would have picked.
The cock train?
Yep.
Love it.
All right. This is the most interesting game of the week to me. The very last one. It's Ole Miss and Texas A&M at Texas A&M.
At College Station.
What's the line?
Minus 2.5.
Texas A&M?
No, Ole Miss.
Miss is giving it.
Yes.
Man. So this is a lot to unpack. Texas A&M raw talent wise,
Yes.
they're there.
Yeah. I know
They
who
play
I
like
picked.
shit.
I know who I picked.
Texas A&M loses to South Carolina. Ole Miss loses to LSU in a fucking beatdown.
Yes.
But at least Texas A&M. I'm gonna take Ole Miss. I'm gonna take Ole Miss on the road.
Oh, I was gonna take Texas A&M, so that's good. All right. So what's upset alert? Who you think's what's the upset?
Georgia's up on upset alert.
I think so. That's yeah.
And so is Tennessee, but much less risky. There's not as much emotion in that game as there is in this Georgia game because, like, there's two sides of the Florida coin. There's South Florida. There's Florida at South Florida, where you're doing everything you can not to get beat by South Florida.
Sure.
And then there's your 2 positive plays away from beating Alabama at the beginning of the year. Like you're 2 net positive plays away from beating Alabama in my mind. So there's I think Georgia's definitely on upset alert.
Florida played Alabama at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, like second game.
No.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost like 20-19.
Oh yeah. Did they? I can't even remember that.
For sure.
I would say both of those games are the upset alerts. It's Kentucky with their quarterback back and
Oh, it's 31-29. That's what it was. For
you know.
Alabama score. Yeah, I think Florida's definitely on upset alert.
But Florida as well. So I'll go with those.
Georgia's, yeah.
I'll go with those.
Who's your lock of the week?
My lock of the week is South Carolina beats Missouri.
I like that.
Not the cover, just beating them.
Yeah, it's at
They're
home.
they're gonna continue rolling. Yep, and it's at home.
But they move it well, man. They really do. It's fun. They're fun to watch. Bad beat watch, I think, is like, what is the Auburn line again? All of these lines are relatively close.
So Auburn line is -3.5.
Georgia,
Did you see? You're talking about bad beats.
Georgia's kind of on.
So
bad beat
I'm
watch.
watching that Ole Miss LSU game,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you know this. They've had a horrible problem catching punts this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first punt gets ripped off, the guy catches it, and the fucking crowd goes wild. I was laughing so hard, and the commentator's like, "If
so
if you guys don't know, they're applauding because that guy caught the punt."
That is hilarious.
So I always look. Bad beats are like crazy passes or that cover the spreads and things like that. But it's always a bad beat when a special teams thing happens, block field goal that's really close, or an onside kick that gets snagged, or a muffed punt, something like that. Those are always horrible beats.
The ones that kill me are when your line is 20.5, and you're up 27 in trash time, and they fucking break a run and then throw a fade, and then it's 20. Right? That is the worst bad beat to me. And that line being 20.5, and knowing that game can get into junk time early in the third quarter for Georgia if they play well, and if they take those 10 guys out and Kendall Milton stops running the ball, the offense is going fucking nowhere. That is a promise. That is.
I just can't wait till not this weekend, but next weekend.
Next weekend is gonna be a flurry of games.
Tennessee, Georgia, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be going in Knoxville.
Yep, and if they both win, they're gonna be both 1-3.
Yep, 1-3.
That's a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Thought about going, but that's just gonna be so crowded, man.
It's also expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I looked on StubHub. If you look on there right now, it says upper too.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say upper level. It says upper level. $460. That was yesterday.
Fucking ridiculous.
That means I can't see. I need binoculars.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah, I know people are. That's what crazy when you see people up there scalping tickets too, and they're like, "Yeah, we got one ticket here for $275." I'm like, "You're a scalper, brother. That thing's supposed to be $40."
There was a place in Stanford Stadium that I could sneak into very, very easily, and I did it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little place that you could like jump over the fence, and the huge brick walls. in the alley side of Sanford Stadium,
Yeah, and they cover you.
they cover you where you can't
Yeah.
see it. And I mean, I did that probably 4 or 5 times. I jumped in there easy too. It was just pop over like a cat, buddy. Like a cat. Now, and when we would go to Georgia Tech games, when Andrew lived at the Village, when it was Georgia State Village, we'd walk over there, and we'd just pay the guy at the ticket thing and they had the old roller things that you rolled in, the old ones, and they could just push a button and let them roll. You know what I mean? And we would just pay that guy like $20,
Right,
$10, and the guy was like going in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was something else, man.
Who you got as your upcoming biggest winner this week, player or team?
Well, I'm biased, but I think the biggest win would be Tennessee going and them being 8-0.
Yeah, I think the opportunity for the biggest win this week is the Kentucky quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to win that game, but if you go in as the Kentucky quarterback and you lose 40-50 to Tennessee in Knoxville,
oh yeah, that's a win.
you're going to get drafted. Yeah,
that's a win.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like Hayden Hooker was like not even going to get drafted if he went last year.
No, 100%.
And now they're talking about 1, 2, or 3 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
early second
how
round,
fast
late first round.
you can change your. The problem with quarterbacks right now is
There's kind of a bunch of them.
The NFL is flooded with quarterbacks that are sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Jordan Love that hasn't even seen the field.
Mm-hmm.
That was drafted high.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of quarterbacks. You got Matt Corral that is sitting on the bench.
You know who just got benched?
Yeah, Jones.
Ryan.
Mac Jones and Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Mac Jones got benched in the second half of that game yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
And Zappe looks good, man.
Yeah, he does.
He looks good. But I didn't even think Mac Jones looked that bad.
No,
to be honest with you, because I watched the whole game. But they're just a crap load of quarterbacks sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Minshew is not that bad.
No.
And he played really well in Jacksonville, and he's sitting on the bench somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's just a ton of them. There's a lot that are phasing out. I mean, Matt Ryan's gonna be done, I think, after this year. Tom Brady is just not playing like Tom Brady plays, and he's 45.
He's the first time below 500 since 2002.
Jesus.
Yep.
My
20
God.
years.
Rodgers he's on his way out. There are a few of them that are on their way out, and they're just handing the baton over. I mean, right now the only 2 great quarterbacks in my mind are Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is they're in their own level right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But yeah, so I think that there is some room for some people to get drafted, but there are a lot of good quarterbacks on benches right now. I never hope that a player gets hurt, but I would really like to see Josh Dobbs play in Cleveland. 2 or 3 games, because he's never gotten. Most quarterbacks get a shot. They get a game or 2. He's never got his shot, and it was bad luck trading too, because when he was in Pittsburgh, he got traded, and then somebody got hurt in Pittsburgh. Ben got hurt, and he couldn't play then, and he was the second string to him, so it was kind of bad luck for him. But I want him to be able to play. I'm excited about Ritter.
Yeah.
Mariota's controlling the game very, very well for the Falcons. And you can't really take him out because he's not losing it for you, and he's controlling the game. He's maintaining the game, but he's not the answer. And I don't know if Ritter is either, but I'd like to see him play.
I would too. Yeah, I completely relate to that, because it's so strange that the Falcons are playing such good football, and it's kind of our weak point. Not that we're playing so bad in that position, but you look around the league, man. We have the top, the lowest 5 quarterback room in the league, probably.
Oh yeah, well our defense, besides this past weekend, has been holding us up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we're injured, so it is what it is, and the Falcons are what they are.
Yep.
But I love them.
Yep.
All right.
The biggest loser of the week I have, potentially, is Big Jimbo Fisher. 100%. He it's not looking good. It's not looking good, and he needs to win this game at home against Ole Miss.
I can agree with that, but Napier at Florida it could be bad too. I mean, I know that they're supposed to lose, and that's the reason it's not going to be the biggest loser, because they're playing Georgia, number 1 team in the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why. But Texas A&M losing to Ole Miss in College Station, Jimbo, dude. I mean, if they fire him, they got to pay him $90 million.
Yeah.
$90 million.
Yeah.
Oh, what door do I walk out of?
Yeah.
You mean walk out? You mean leave today? That'd be the happiest time you get fired ever, right?
Hell yeah, the old Ed Orgeron special.
Yeah.
Get an offensive coordinator job somewhere and keep it moving.
Man, he's too old, man. Retire.
Yeah, you're not
That's
wrong.
what I think about. I think about Brady. I'm like, retire, man. It's over. It's over. Go have fun. Look, I watched Monday Night Football, and I wouldn't do this if Tennessee or the Falcons, or it's a game I really want to see. I wouldn't do it. But Eli and Peyton on Monday Night Football are awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
That ESPN2, them letting them do that is so great, because it's not like that I had any skin in the game between the Patriots and the Bears. I didn't. The only thing that I watched it for is because I'm in a Survivor League, and there was one guy that had the Patriots, and I watched the whole thing, and they lost. So me and one girl's left in the Survivor League. And but dude, they're having fun. Eli and Peyton are having fun.
Yeah, they are.
That guy cannot be having fun right now.
No, not at all.
You know
Not
what I
at
mean?
all.
It's awful.
And especially you got all the stuff that they was throwing around before the beginning of the season between them and Alabama, man. Like, you got to be on that level to even have those conversations, you know. And they're not playing on that level.
Oh,
Just
Tampa
one-
Bay?
No. I'm talking about Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about Tampa Bay here.
No,
like,
yeah,
hey,
I agree.
retire, man. Yeah, man, the dude got kicked in the nuts last night.
Yeah, he did.
Did you see it?
I did.
Were you watching the Peyton Manning one?
Yeah, I watched
The
it
guy was
at,
like, "Oh, he got kicked in the jewels." He's like, "Oh," and then like 3 plays later, that same dude that got kicked in the nuts made a badass interception.
Yeah, he did.
One-handed, going towards the other side, and got some run in too afterwards. And then Eli goes, "You kicked me in the jewels, I intercept you."
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
Got Barack Obama. Bill Burr was a guest, and Vince Vaughn. Man, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
If y'all haven't watched, if anybody out there hasn't watched that Monday Night Football with Eli and Peyton, it's incredible.
Yep.
So,
We got a nifty weekend of football here. So good luck.
SEC
Yep. Good luck to everybody in their teams. Soup sandwich.
soup sandwich.